Alright. We are here with Kambal, Profiteering Mayor. 3-minute 2-4, black-white. Whenever one or more tokens enters the battlefield under your opponent's control, for each of them, you create a tapped token. That's a copy of it. And it happens once each turn. Now, none of that is super relevant because most people don't necessarily make a bunch of tokens, but sometimes they do, and that's pretty cool, I guess. But the bottom part is whenever one or more tokens enters the battlefield under your control, you steal one life from your opponent. And it doesn't have to be a creature token, which is kind of nice. However, most of the tokens you're interested in making are, in fact, creatures. I finally went and crafted Bitter Blossom, which is somewhere in here. I don't see it. Where is it? Where are you? Oh no, I didn't put it in the deck. There we go. I'll find room for it in a second. But yeah, I finally crafted Bitter Blossom. So you have Bitter Blossom, you have I guess you kind of have Xander's Wake too, actually. What is the Dreadhorde Invasion and Skrelv's Hive as your kind of like, you know, producing one token a turn style thing. And that's pretty cool. So every time you do that, you offset the life loss by just your opponent having pay for the life instead of you, which is kind of cool. You also have some kind of interesting cards like, where are you? You have that flying vampire that makes... Oh, wait. I didn't save my deck. Oh, shoot, I didn't save my deck's last iteration. Oh, no, I jacked it up. Alright, well, as I was saying... You have like this, so your opponent can get a 2-1, but then you also get a 2-1. I don't know how exciting this card is anyways, but it's just more of an effect with this in play. Same with Blood Vial Purveyor. You can give your opponent blood tokens, and you get blood tokens too, and then when you create blood tokens, they lose life. So it's kind of like trippy, but it's pretty cool. You also, you know, get to play this card. You don't really ever see this card, and this seems like the kind of deck for it, right? Giving your opponents tokens is fine. It makes Get Lost and Fateful Absence even better. Fateful Absence gives you a clue token. The Explore tokens aren't great, but they lose 2 life, right? You know, you get 2 map tokens. You're not really upset with that. Edgar obviously just makes tokens. Roaming Throne on human doubles the trigger of Kambal, and I kind of like that. I don't think it can double up on the front trigger, because it says once each turn. So if it, like, resolves once, I don't know if the second trigger that happens resolves a second time or whatever. I don't actually know. I highly doubt it will ever come up, but you never know. You know, you got Giver of Runes, Skrelv, Esper Sentinel, all the early busted jazz here. Reprieve, just black-white, mid-rangey nonsense. Transmogrifying Wand, I really like this card, and this is the kind of deck that would love it, right? Now you're not going to get bullied by the 2/4s that your opponent makes, because you also get 2/4s that also steal life. You have the 2 interesting board wipes in Battle of Baywater, which means basically everything you control doesn't die. And then you get a bunch of food tokens, potentially, which then steal a bunch of life from your opponent, which is really nice. Same with, what's the other one? It's Toughness 4 or more. Citywide Bust. This doesn't have anything special. It does kill your commander, but it doesn't really kill anything else you've got going on. It also might not kill certain things out of opponent's side, but that's fine. Blood Artist in Zulaport Cutthroat. Cutthroat should be in here as well. And that's it. Yep, we make tokens, and we sometimes give our opponents tokens, and then with said token strategy, we try to kill our opponent by stealing a bunch of life. So if that's what you want to see me do, that's what we're doing. Let's roll. After I make room. Oh, I forgot to talk about Bonevine Intervention. This is the only card I crafted other than Bitter Blossom for this deck, because you also get a 2/2, and that seems hilarious to me. Did not give myself the opportunity. Not gonna lie, I partly forgot I could. Not going to lie. No, I had to sacrifice Skrelv to cast my commander, because I needed the double black off the Phyrexian Tower. I would not have had Skrelv. So, to my Dark Ritualing Necropotence, I don't know how I don't do that. And I'll just draw 3. Could draw 2. Nah, I'll draw 3. Monastery Mentor. A lot of lands, though. I'm also playing it by the time my hand is, like, kind of already empty. So, I don't know if I'm going to Thoughtseize next turn. I might just Virtue on their end step and make a token. I think I'm going to just do that. I think we're just going to make a token here. Xander's Wake would have been nice. If they counter the Virtue, I also don't think that... I mean, if they do that, then they can't counter my commander, but this is the kind of deck that doesn't really care about me amassing a large board presence anyways. Alright, it looks like they have spot removal, so I'll go to combat first. And I think I will Thoughtseize. Actually, wait. Let's play Xander's Wake first. So if they do go to respond with a removal spell, I'll trigger the Xander's Wake. Swords, Prismari Command, Narset. Alright, we don't care about Narset too much. I think I'll take the command here, and then we'll draw 4. Necropotence can be scary, but currently not too scary. Opponent probably also doesn't create tokens of their own. This is power, right? Exile target creature. Yeah, alright. Oh, they didn't cast Narset. Oh, that's rude. Alright, they're leaving up swords. Fair enough. I can trigger Monastery Mentor after they try to kill it. So do I cast Monastery Mentor and then just Fatal Push? They're not really going to ever give me a Fatal Push target. Like, ever. Okay, I'm going to cast it pre-combat so I get a bonus... I get a additional point of damage if my opponent goes to swords it before I swing. And they do. Look at that. Alright. Yeah, they should have waited, but they obviously would have no idea that waiting would have made any sense. Sure. This also means I'm not gaining life off of the swords, but that's probably fine. Yeah, the Xander's Wake has to see it die. I don't think Swords of Plowshare wouldn't trigger it. I would actually have to kill my own creature. Blood Artist offsets what's going on, which is really nice. They can get one trigger off of Narset. I guess they could draw here first. One trigger. Alright. This is fine. I would like Blood Artist to see a bunch of things die. That would be useful for me. I also get to see what Narset finds, which is also quite useful. Alright, it doesn't find anything too scary. Alright, so always playing this. And I guess I'm playing Skrelv's Hive. Methinks. Both of my creatures have to go to Narset here. I just don't want it alive. I don't have any way to, like, draw cards, but I still just don't want it alive. It doesn't stop Necropotence. But Blood Artist can let me keep going. Bastion also lets me keep going. This only has proof the turn you cast it. Look at the top 3 cards of your library, put one of them into your hand. And then you can put this back into whatever. Alright, so we go to 5, I guess? Could be worse. Yeah, it's got haste, and it has hexproof the turn you cast it. It's actually going to kill me this turn cycle unless I gain some life. So I play Bastion, and then I try to kill my own creature so I don't die. I don't see... I mean, I can just do this as well, actually. I should have done it pre-combat. I missed a point of damage. But this way I'm technically not dead. I can also tutor for, like, swords to plowshares. And swords my own creature to gain life. It's kind of the only reliable way I'm guaranteed to not die. I can mana tithe, but they can pay for mana tithe, so... I think we're just getting swords here. If I had a black mana, I might have taken something else. This just saves me from certain cards. But if they're just committing to their commander over and over, I might be able to outpace that. Oh, okay. Well, I mean, they just lost 8 life. This is pretty huge. And Xander's Wake gives me card advantage. Alright. Yep. Flashing 1 drop. I mean, again, they don't have black mana, but rip. Short. That worked out quite nicely. So they're at 7. My commander in play doesn't actually do that much here. I'm just going to get a swamp. Swamp. Right? Or can I get one of these? No, I'll just get a swamp. So casting my commander... doesn't do that much. I have 4. Can play this, leave that up. Yeah, they get around basically all my removal. I don't know. My commander's probably scary. I'm going to play it. And then I think I just pass. I can pay 1. I can kind of pay 2 here, actually, because there's a card in my hand I just don't want. So, what am I leaving up? Just a bunch of removal? Which really isn't all that exciting. But killing my own creatures triggers my Bastion. So, it's not like it's completely useless to do that. Yeah, I don't want this card. It is a creature in play. It does have use that way, but I think I can just hide behind removal. Maybe that's irrational. I'm not upset to see them just play this, because this is a large commitment that doesn't really stop me from just killing them with creatures. They don't have to pick up their... Okay, they do. I was like, they don't actually have to pick that up. Alright, so I play this. I play Fateful Absence or Get Lost. I guess Get Lost. Milled over a Doomscar, that's sad. I'll Get Lost my creature. They lose 1 from that, and then life from the map tokens. We did it, yep. Okay, well, kind of wish I had that myself. I mean, I do have a really good card, though. Rankle might not care about this, though. Cast my commander. I have 5. Yep, just cast my commander. Swing with Adeline. I get a token, but I don't know if my Dreadhorde token... Oh, wait, no, I don't get a token. Okay, now I do. Now I do, because their token died. So maybe I do? Oh, please don't be Fatal Push. Oh, come on. Come on. Okay, I mean, it's basically Fatal Push regardless. Gotta be kidding me. I mean, Rankle kills itself, so I really don't think I'm upset with it. Wait, no, Rankle only sacrifices 1 creature, doesn't it? I'm thinking of Rankle's Prank. Okay, this isn't as bad. This is not as bad as I thought. Still kind of annoying, but... I'm still in it. Yeah, this is totally fine, because I have an Adeline token. Actually, there's no set of Rankle cards I'm even, like, upset with. I probably just discard Delny at this point, because my commander's not in play. I kind of like everything else. And they just get a 2/2 this way, which I don't really care about. I can just recast my commander, so they do... when the Waste Not triggers, I get a zombie. That's not totally useless. Casting it right now would also let me play my main strategy, so yeah, we're gonna cast it. So I get a Dreadhorde token again, but I don't know again if I get a counter on mine or not. I have no idea. It looks like I do not. Alright, it just triggers it, but I don't get the token. Unfortunate. But kind of expected. I still want my commander in play nonetheless. I will discard... I can discard a land here. I like my whole hand. I also don't like... I don't like battle here, but it does prevent my opponent from drawing. I guess we'll try to get rid of the... No, I don't want to do that. I'm going to get rid of the land, I think. We're going to get rid of the board wipe. Just say screw it. Opponent's drawing cards anyways. Okay. So play this and leave up Reprieve, or play this and leave up Reprieve. This stops my opponent from attacking, sort of. Not really, but it's alright, I guess. The Dreadhorde means I'm not getting blood tokens, or like one blood token. My trigger is kind of useless here. But, I don't know, they're getting kind of low. I have a 5/6 Trampler. Opponent has a full grip, though. Reprieve is not really that useful anyways. Unless they have no land in a 3-mana removal spell. Okay, sure. Is this good or bad? This is excellent. Look at that. I went from severe problems to being way ahead. Oh, maybe not, maybe not, maybe not. Okay. I was going to say, if they had a removal spell, I'm no longer way ahead. Okay, my own Dreadhorde is pretty cool. Playing this basically kills my opponent. 5. I think playing this kills my opponent. Yeah, we go to combat. Yeah, they can't stop all this. They take 5 in the air. And then they can't pay for the 2 off of Elish Norn. So they just lose 2 life. Neat. I felt really bad at the start, and then I forgot Rankle does not sacrifice 2 creatures and felt a lot better. If this draws me cards, then it's even more chances at hitting something that lets me carve out better. I can also just play the black land turn 2 anyways. Okay, that cannot block. Yeah, I think it's more important to get the black source than it is to just make a random 2/2. My opponent casting their commander is not as scary as mine, I think. Do I cast mine? What do I do next turn? Rite of Oblivion. Alright, that makes me want to cast my commander a little bit more. But I can also just flash in the 2/2 and use it to kill my opponent's commander. That probably is better than anything else. This deck really loves to put the commander in play. It doesn't really like to do anything but that, so I assume that's what's going to happen. It is somehow not what happened. I also somehow drew a card this turn. Alright, that was a pretty nice turn of events there. Command zone. Do I play Mondrak? I think I can keep Mondrak safe by, you know, not casting it. Let's just play this. I think this is just good, so we'll just play it. It's just one of those pesky permanents that my opponent's going to worry about the whole game. Black and red don't really deal with enchantments too well. They can steal answers to it, but there's very few in my actual deck. They also have to, like, commit their commander in play, which might be hard. Okay. Collect evidence. Okay, sure. It's just a board wipe. Fair enough. I can get behind it. Alright. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I really want to play this, but I want to do something else at the same time, which I can't. So I'm just going to play this and this. I think that's fine. I can Rite of Oblivion. Well, I don't really have anything to Rite of Oblivion, honestly. I really want Mondrak to be indestructible. So I need a few things that let me do that. But I do get a bunch of things here. I can Rite of Oblivion the token instead if I choose. That is the makes 2 1/1s? Yep. So this gives your commander haste, but it's not like it gives its ability haste. Or anything like that. Hellish Norn, sure. It's kind of a weird time to kill this, but okay. I guess there's... like, okay. Sure. Can't say I'm upset with that. They could have lightning bolted on their turn and swung for another 2. They just didn't do that. So Dark Ritual, 1, 2, 3. Cast Mondrak and Virtue? No. Cast Mondrak and Elesh Norn. I think that's better. Alright, so now I have... If it all goes really south, I can sack a bunch of things to Mondrak. But it is my only mana source. I can't sack the treasure itself. They only have 3 cards. If they have a bunch of removal, I can't really be upset about that, honestly. And just casting their commander is also kind of fine for me. Them killing Elesh Norn is also fine. There's a bunch of things. I feel like I have a bunch of different choices here. Okay. I mean, you gotta cast your commander this turn, right? Yeah. It's like, what are we doing? You're gonna cast it at some point. Come on now. Come on now. Alright. So, we get double tokens because of Mondrak. That's why we got the treasures and the 3/2s. We lead with a Rite of Oblivion, sacking one of the 3 tals. I will not allow my opponent to steal my jank. It is my jank, and you cannot have it. I will cast my commander, and I don't think I'm going to cast Edgar. I can swing with this, but I can also just not do that, and be probably totally fine. This exiles my commander, so I will sack it. I'll pay treasures to do this as well. I think that's fine. I have enough mana to, like, not worry about that. Yep. This is going to be really, really difficult for them to do anything. This hand would let me go wide and also somewhat tall against Pock, so I guess I'll keep it, but I'm not too excited about it. They don't really make a lot of tokens. Not really. Invasion, and then Virtue, and then I guess I play Bay Eyewater? Counter you control vehicle channel, blah blah blah. Sure. Alright, so I would love a land, please. I need a second white source for the 2 cards in my hand. And of all these cards, I guess my commander doesn't die. I think the Bastion's less relevant than just playing my commandos. But I do need to literally kill Pock, like, right now. I assume my opponent's going to immediately play it. This also turned into a 3-3, so it actually dies to this, which is hilarious. Alright, well, I mean, that's the best I can ask for. Probably not good enough in the long run. Again, missing land drops, too. But, I mean, most of my hand is still kind of castable, I guess. It's just that my hand is not doing anything all that exciting. This does trigger a bunch with my commander in play, but I do need a token source to actually have that be relevant, and Skirt Stag High Priest is not a consistent one. So, of these cards, I think Bastion's the best, or this. Or the Virtue. No, just play this. And then no attack. But, yeah, I mean, we're still just literally losing because Pock is stupid. It just didn't matter. I had, like, the best opener I could ask for, and it probably still doesn't matter. Cathar's Crusade would be excellent if I had a way to get a whole bunch of stuff going. But I don't. That's actually not bad. So Blood Artist or Virtue? Probably Blood Artist. And play Virtue on end step? I guess? I mean, I'm just spinning my wheels here. My opponent casts, like, any spell, and this game is kind of over. Well, I guess not that one, but any non-ramp spell, and boy, do they have a lot of those. Yeah, they did miss their land drop, but that doesn't... It doesn't really matter. It doesn't matter. They could probably just win not playing any additional lands for the remainder of this game, and probably still win. This 10-10-S trample, Pock doesn't. Pock is hard to hit me. But, again, they do have a 10-10. That they did not attack with last turn, which is unusual. Don't know why they did that. Opponent has a instant? What is this? No idea. Do I take 18? I feel like taking 18. I don't feel like thinking. Oh, they both have trample because of the uprising. Yeah, I'll just take it. Can I kill my opponent in some really weird way right now? This is one counter short from being relevant, which is always the case for that stupid card. Oh, wait, no, I can give it lifelink with this. Okay, I guess there's a thing happening here. Assuming my opponent doesn't have Beseiju. Okay, so I get to bop them something fierce. They're at 5. I cannot kill enough of my own creatures to kill them. Oh, we're gonna beat Pock? Oh, I'm not gonna kill Pock. I'm gonna kill things that are way more relevant than Pock itself. I think that makes more sense here. Them getting slightly more mana is not gonna change how this like, it's just not gonna change anything. Alright, so I kill the Defiler. Get rid of Crusade. I can't cast the stupid thing. And I think I'm still dead. I think I'm still dead. That's like 18 in trample. 18 in trample. I am not technically dead yet. Oh, they have a fight effect? Oh, just stop like having everything, please. Gotta be kidding me. Okay, wait. I don't think it's enough. I don't think that's enough. 6. No, gotta do better math than that. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. This is 10. Nope, we blocked this because that's just more trample. I did it. I did it. I killed Pock. I beat Pock. Unbelievable. I actually beat it. Wow. That's crazy. Oh my goodness. I beat Pock. Wow. Not only did I beat Pock, I actually beat Craterhoof Behemoth. I don't think I've ever beaten Craterhoof Behemoth in my life. This might be the first time I've ever done that. This is also a game where I took 18 to the face just unabated. I didn't even block any of it, which obviously worked out in my favor, but Wandering Emperor is kind of alright. Ah, man, this hand is a little weird. I don't know. It's too late. Kept it. Alright, opponent, don't play slow, please. Play the game like a normal human. I beg of you. Let's send it. Faster. Come on. Play a land. Come on. Come on. Do it. There you go. Play your Manadork or whatever. Nope. Not remotely surprising. I kind of want to, like, flicker their commander, but I also just don't care. I don't have time to think. Let's make it 1-1. We didn't come here to think. We came here to make tokens. But Wandering Emperor does hose Slimefoot, which is quite useful. Exiling it is very useful, actually. Opponent is thinking. This is the worst case scenario for us. We cannot afford this. I don't know what they're thinking about. I feel like the only thing your deck does is play Slimefoot, so you probably just play Slimefoot. If I'm to do anything, it involves not letting them swing with the Saproling? I guess? I don't know. I would hate to see a self-edict here, like a sack outlet or something. Would be kind of bad. But their deck is chock full of them. Alright, so they found an answer to this. Opponent, please. Alright, so let's make a 2-2. Better than a 1-1 counter in my onions. They don't have anything in their graveyard that makes me feel bad about killing Slimefoot right now. That's not how this commander works in the long run, so I'm definitely just going to take 3. Fiend Artisan. Alright, that's a way to very reliably find things. They also don't offer the trade anyways. Interesting. Alright, we play our commander and leave up Reprieve, and we swing for 2. Alright. They can sack their commander to their thing there. Their Fiend Artisan. Which is a pretty big problem for me. Oh, with the thinking opponent, come on. Come on. Please. Why does my last opponent have to be the slowest player? Why? Can I just concede and move on? I'd like to concede and move on. They know about the Reprieve, so I really don't know what else there is to think about. Alright, I'm going to Reprieve this because that is their only red source. And I obviously don't want to lose to Gristlebrand on coming out of nowhere. Alright, they have infinite red sources now. So now I just need them to not have the perfect large giant thing in their graveyard. Or, excuse me, their hand. Okay, it's just more Saprolings. That's fine. Actually, it's not really good against Kambal in any way. Alright, we probably lose the History of Benalia here. Because the Delnay, as it stands, isn't actually doing all that much. Yeah, that makes sense. I would probably do the same. This is still kind of scary, but as it stands, it's not really that scary. Rite of Oblivion was a colossal draw, and I am so unyieldingly happy I just drew it. This is a sorcery only, so let's do this here. I could have even taken the Fiend Artisan, and maybe I want it to. Alright. That's not a soldier, so there. And swingies. No shot do you trade. No way you trade this Fiend Artisan. You do? What is happening? Is this Crux of Fate? Languish? Blood in the Snow? No snow lands. Massacre Girl. 1, 2, 3, 4. Sure. That's fine. Sweeper is a sweeper. So be it. But my opponent did lose their thing. I'm going to play this. I think it's better than Ophiomancer here. Alright. The gears are churning now. This is still kind of an annoying blocker. But they don't have anything seriously scary to reanimate with Slimefoot. And no sack outlet to get rid of their own Slimefoot. I can exile it again, too, if I want. This is 4 or greater. Not really the best. I think I'm just going to recast my commander. And hit him for 2. Okay. That's the best Massacre Girl I've ever seen, too. That's funny. You don't usually get to see that card do anything. Okay, I will take 4. And I'm assuming you're going to pay 1 so you don't lose 2 life. Nope. So 5, 6, 7, 8. Whatever this is 8 or less. I mean, Casualties of War is pretty bad for me. I don't know if I can come out of that. Okay. That wipes your own board still anyways. Oh, Massacre Girl doesn't trigger? Wait. Oh, yes it does. I was about to say, does it not trigger? What's going on? There it goes. Oh! Oh, they messed up! They messed up! They buffed their Saproling. They buffed their Saproling so Massacre Girl doesn't sweep the board. Oh, that's funny. Yeah, and flipping Elishnorn too. Yeah, we could flip Elishnorn. That's really funny. But, okay, alright. I have like 4 minutes, which is way less time than my average outro, so maybe it'll actually be short this time. But anyways, I actually really liked this strategy. This was the first commander I chose to make a deck out of from the new set. I like black-white, right? It's my usual favorite color scheme. I love the black-white control style, whatever, and it's like, oh, maybe use a token thing. But the top part didn't say your tokens, it was opponent's tokens. And when I read that, I'm like, this is terrible. Why does that even exist on a card? The bottom part is fine, but like the top one's like, what? But come to find out, there are a pretty few ways to generate tokens out of almost every deck. There's a lot of things that make tokens. Treasure tokens, 1/1 tokens, and everything in between. So you do get to steal a fair amount, or copy a fair amount of tokens from people's strategies, and that's kind of fine. I found that this was actually dying quite often, so people did find themselves threatened by it, more than I would have thought. I mean, even just losing a bunch of life on the bottom is still pretty scary. Both the board wipes were excellent. The one that deals 4... Not that one, the other one. The citywide bust is like, I don't like killing my own commander, but it's still kind of alright. It could probably be something else, honestly, but it's neither here nor there. The the Village Rites was awesome. Anything that does this is good. I know there's more than I could run, or was running. I was just doing these 2, but these are the ones I was running. You could probably run more of those. I did not get to use Transmogrifying Wand, which is unfortunate, but kind of to be expected. There's a fair amount of things that don't play creatures, and those are just kind of your rough matchups anyways, because they'll just hose the board over and over, and you just kind of lose. Hosing your own board with this card isn't the best idea, but sometimes you just don't have a board, and this can just swing it right back in your favor. But I don't believe your commander will see all the 1/1s you make. I think it dies first. I think. I'm not sure. I always get confused on how certain things see when they die. I know Blood Artist sees everything when it dies, but I don't know if this sees things enter after it dies. I don't think it does. But either way, it's like tokens, and we like tokens, I guess. But it could be something else. The typical powerful black spells were excellent. Necropotence, Black Market, Dark Ritual, got nothing really to say about those. I never got a Cathar's Crusade or the Virtue of Loyalty. I made the 2/2 a couple times, but I never got the other sides of these cards in play. If I ever did, it's extremely devastating for the opponent. I actually got this in play, which was surprising. And the 1/1 counters is pretty similar to the other 2 here, so all of these effectively just like put counters on your stuff in kind of funky ways. I like them all. Edgar never flipped, but again, not really that surprising. If it ever did, post-sweeper, this is just excellent to have sit around. It just never came to be. I really liked this card. I almost liked this enough to run it in other kinds of decks, like maybe Black-White Vampires or something like that. I think this is just fine. I just think it's a solid card. I don't hate it, and I'll have to think about it more. I'll probably wind up not ever using it, but it is something to actually think about. I did like it. Never got Downey value, so we never got the Kambal triggers twice with this in play. Or Roaming Throne, just never happened. It's kind of hard to get everything going, because once you do get everything going, your opponent is really losing, right? They're losing really fast when you get everything going, so it's not really a surprise you don't ever get to see it in play all at once, right? Your opponent's just going to concede. But yeah, I like this. This might be my favorite black-white token strategy. I know there's like 5 to choose from, and this is just the most recent one. But I really like the top ability. I think it's really funny, and it lets you play kind of goofy cards. And those goofy cards have a lot of value when it triggers the bottom part, and just stealing tokens in general. Or, excuse me, copying tokens is just kind of a cool thing to do. It's really cool with the tribute to, whatchamacallit, Hirobi. This was really cool. We both get a rat, and then you get all the rats at the end of it. I just think that's kind of funny. And all the Bitter Blossom effects and stuff are really nice, so yeah, I like it. Oh, Brownie with the resub at the very end. We are done skis for now. But yeah, let me know what you thought about this strategy. If you have cards, I know there are cards that you could run that I don't own, and some of the newer ones, especially the mythic ones. But you know, we'll slowly build our collection, as I've been doing for the past 5 years, anyways. So, like, comment, subscribe, and I will see you guys next time. Thanks for watching. Yep, always got to disrupt my outro with the resub. Beyond Toxic. I think I'll be here tomorrow. Who knows? If not, then I'll see you the next time I do, and at no point before that.